today we're showing you the basics when it comes to waffle making. And it's really easy. It's just a couple simple ingredients, and as long as you know how those ingredients work, you'll always have success making your waffles. Now I'm using a Waring waffle maker. I love these because it's got the deeper pockets. It's more like a Belgian waffle. Some of those other ones have really shallow indentions in them, and so this is a much better waffle maker. And I've got it warmed up. We're already warming that baby up there. And we're just going to get a couple of ingredients going here. I've got a couple cups of flour, and I'm actually using the Einkorn flour. Now, Einkorn flour is the very low gluten flour, and I'm actually using the whole grain. There's a couple different Einkorn flours. You can get the fresh milled, and then there's the whole grain, which is what I'm using today. And but it's 2 parts Einkorn flour, 1 cup of milk. So pretty much as long as you have that ratio, a 2-to-1 ratio, you're going to be fine. We're going to put some honey in here, and I think just a couple tablespoons should be just fine on the honey. You can use sugar if you got natural sugars, date sugar, things like that, whatever type of sweetener you want to do. I'm going to hit it with some flavor now. Cinnamon today, and a little bit of vanilla. So that's my couple ingredients, and a little bit of salt. Let me tell you, when you hit these babies with just a pinch of salt, it just makes them pop. So you could also use malt. Malt works. I don't have any, and most people don't. So, but malt works really good. And then let me share with you what we're going to do here. You could do this, and that's it. It'd be good to go. Or you can add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to add just a little bit more here. It's a big pot. Baking soda is going to give it that fluff. If you have, you don't need the baking soda in there. If you have the baking soda in there, it will just give it a little more fluff and a little bit of expansion, so it gives you a lighter. But it all depends what you want. If you want a heavier one, don't put the baking soda in there, and you get a nice heavy one that really fills your stomach, you know, yeah. And if you want a lighter one, then you would add the baking soda. So we're going to give this a stir. It looks like it's going to need just a little bit more milk, and so I always come prepared. Give this a stir. And normally what you're going to do is let this rest about 5 minutes and then come back and make sure that it's the consistency that you want. Now after this is rested for about 5 minutes, you can really determine if you need to add some more water or thin it or thicken it, whatever you want to do. But usually, you know, you'll be in pretty good shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. So what we're going to do here is open this up. We can give it a quick spray. Some people don't spray it. I've seen people put sesame seeds in it, things like that. But we're going to start right here in the middle for this one. And then I'm going to just kind of get this around a little bit here. I'm not going to go all the way to the outsides because, remember, when we're going to spin this around, I don't want to go all the way to the outsides because this might expand. You know, when you have the baking soda in there, it's going to expand more. So if you're not using, that's why it's good to have this tin in here too, by the way, because sometimes it will come over the sides. But hopefully this won't. We're going to watch it and see if it does. So, but here's the basics, okay? Your browning, when it comes to a waffle, is going to come from either fat or sugar. That's what's going to give you your browning action. If your waffles are too white and you want to get them browner, if you cook them longer, you're just going to end up with this hard, and it doesn't quite work. So a lot of recipes will include fat. They're going to put that butter and fat, but we don't want to do that. We want to stay away from the fat. If you want to put some sugar in there, you can do the honey, or you can do the natural sugars. But I would stay away from the white processed sugar, but that's where you're going to get browning. Okay, so that's the browning concept. The fluff comes from the baking soda. You put the baking soda in there, you're going to have fluff. If you don't put the baking soda in there, you're going to have a heavier, dense type of waffle. But that's pretty much all there is to need to know. And then you just add whatever kind of flavors you want. So we're going to let this ready light turn on. Usually takes about a couple minutes, and we'll be ready to open that baby up. Okay, once that ready light goes off, and you can determine temperature and stuff, boom, just like that. You've got your waffle good to go. Woo boy, that's the perfect waffle. And it's light. And see how it expanded all the way to the ends. That's where you got to be careful when you're using something that has baking soda in it. It's going to expand a little bit. So there you go. There's the basics for creating the best waffles, and then you can run with flavor. You can use, instead of almond milk, hit it with pineapple juice. Do a tropical delight. You can do everything from chocolate chips to peanut butter to, I mean, the list goes on and on. Almond, coconut is a really good add-on. Raisins, there's just 100 different ways you can run with it once you have the basics and how the waffles work. So that's it, showing you how to get healthy one bite at a time.